Alright, welcome and greetings everyone. We are Fellowship Gaming, here to entertain you with yet another tale of daring, disaster, and dimwits. I am, as usual, your ever-prepared GM, Brian, where nothing goes wrong. Ever. Everything goes right. I didn't misplace and hide our carefully thought out blurb. But today, we're going to do another session of Bloodlords, a sneaky session, and using Pathfinder 2nd Edition, High Fantasy D20 system. If you'd like to see more content, please check us out on YouTube at fellowshipgaming.quest, where you can subscribe and hit that bell notification. If you'd like to join us during our live stream, head over to Twitch, give us a follow in order to be part of our live chat.
All right, so we had a we had a dinner with a priest. Decrement? No. Is that that's the gang?
Decrement was the disciple of his.
Oh, correct. Okay.
That ties to the gang.
Right.
Yeah. This was Ortogger Stitch Skull.
Right. Cool. And he asked us to investigate the bone shards. Oh no, that's the gang with the image, the three fingers.
No, the bone
or
shards.
Or is this a task?
He thinks that the bone shards may have ties to the three finger.
Okay.
Gang.
And he thinks they're responsible for poisoning food.
They're planning to poison food.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he wants us to investigate and stop it if it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Which, it's Pathfinder, so murder hobo, it is.
I mean, you are far more of a murder hobo in WoW than you are in Pathfinder.
I am.
I mean, just in general.
No, not even as a game. I mean, Tony is. I get it.
No, I mean, just in general. WoW is murder hobo.
Yeah. Well, WoW rewards you 2 experience for killing just a harmless little bunny rabbit. So yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's so.
Oh, look at the bunny. Why'd you do that? It's worth 2
little off
experience.
tangent. So Brendan Lee Mulligan, one of my favorite 5th edition DMs, and just in general working on his own stuff, he's a wonderful DM, and he talks about the difference of wizards pre 5th edition milestone. So in D&D in general, but 5th edition for sure, you either have milestone leveling or you have experience leveling. It's true for most TTRPGs, especially Pathfinder.
Yeah.
It's like you either just level up at a time or you accumulate experience, as you did in Osric and OD&D and 1E and stuff like what we grew up on. You know,
Yeah.
like wizards, like, oh, read a book. No, you're not going to get stronger reading a book. Like, gotta go kill goblins. Like, that's how we're going to get. You're going to be a 10th level wizard if you go kill 1 million goblins. Like, read a book. No, that's stupid. Why would you do that? You don't gain any experience from that. And he's talking to Abrea, I can't remember how to pronounce her name, and Matt Mercer, and they're having this discussion. It's like, yeah, no. It's like you just be a swole barbarian just going off and killing all these goblins because you don't gain any experience from reading a book. Like, studious? No, that's dumb. That's not how you get stronger as a wizard. You go fireball a goblin den. That's why a goblin slayer is so strong. Because they don't do milestones, they do experience leveling.
They do. 100% experience leveling. Still a great anime.
I love it.
Yes.
It's even better manga. Like, I thought the anime was legit, and it is. It absolutely is. But the manga is even
manga
better,
is better
because it goes into his backstory, and you find out the whys and his relationship with the farm girl. And I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Still got a kick out of the episode where he brings that kid that was the sister of the wizard that was in the first party with the priestess.
Yeah.
And that kid asks Farm Girl, "So you're his wife?" And her response before he can say anything is yes. And he's like, "No." You're like, dude. Whatever, dude. She wants you.
I like when
Yeah.
is it Priestess, right? Not yeah, Priestess is the one who asks him to take his helmet off, and everybody in the bar is like, oh, he's
Yeah.
handsome,
Yeah.
and we don't get to see it.
Yeah, we don't get. I thought the best part of that episode was when someone was like, "Oh man, he's not a goblin. Let's go." Like,
that would have been yeah.
there you go.
Talk about a twist.
Maybe it's because I've had a bizarre sleep schedule the past couple of days.
I'm getting a ton of reverb and it hurts really bad.
I can hear it. I can only imagine what it's like for you.
For some reason, I just imagined like this big suit of armor Pathfinder character, and it's like every joint is just goblins, and they're like Rocket Fist is one of them. Like,
Oh, so like WoW Goblin style.
yeah. So one of them is like ignites.
No,
like,
he's actually a
fireworks.
skinny guy because again, it's like fighting goblins. He's fighting in tunnels most of the time. So he's like, yeah, I wear armor.
And he has a short sword.
I use a short sword and a buckler.
Buckler, basically, yeah.
And he's like, because
He's,
I
he's
have
like,
to fight
I don't
in
get
caves.
better equipment. I get equipment that is specifically designed to F up goblins.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fair enough. Like, he spent like 500 gold on a scroll, but it's just pressure wash. It's like, it's
Yeah,
water
he
from the
had
bottom of the ocean. Why? Because it burst a hole through an ogre.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cut an ogre to
shit, that's a smart use.
and I love the mage that did it for him.
He's like, you want what? All right, it's your money.
Well, she is the epitome of my titties are pockets.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because she's like, I've got something for you.
Black Mage is so great.
The funniest thing is, you don't know anyone's names in that.
No, the Red Fighter, Black. I mean, they have generic TTRPG names. They do have names. I know because the Lancer has a name, but I just know him as Lancer. I know he has a name. I knew you find
But
it in
again, but it's like
Yeah.
all the periphery characters, you hear their names because they
Yeah.
talk to each other. But
well, what's the dwarf's name? He has one. What's his name? I don't know. What's the lizard folk shaman's name? I don't know. But we know him as lizard folk shaman. We know him
What's
as
the
dwarf
archer's
cleric. Yeah, Elven Archer, right? First surname Archer, first name Elven.
yeah, what's the priestess name?
Yeah. No, we know it once. Like, well, we find out her name from the Sword Maiden, but if I could remember it.
Yeah,
What's the sword? We know the Sword Maiden's name. I know where's the Sword Maiden. Good luck. It's like Farm Girl. She has a name too. I don't know. It's like Rio or Ryo or something like that. Like we know her name, but Farm Girl. Soon to be Goblin Slayer's wife. That's her name change.
she's his life and everything, but on paper.
Right. Wait, well, she just has to convince him,
In
hey, if we
his
have
mind.
babies, our children could carry on your legacy of killing goblins. He's like, wait, that's how goblins make goblins.
Beat the goblins at their own game.
Yeah, and once he realizes he can have a harem and make 37, he'll have his own football team to go out and take out goblin dungeons. Like, the right girl just has to convince him. Probably Sword Maiden, let's be honest.
Probably.
Weirdly, there was a Reddit. Someone on Reddit was like, "So, for Pathfinder, for goblins, like their heads are huge. How do they come out?"
It's painful.
No,
And
hey Arnold, their head rotates and they come out the short way like a football, and then it rotates back.
well, see, I had a lot of people guessing. They were like, "Oh, their bodies are like rubber until they grow up a little bit."
Well,
And I
that's
was
only true
like-
of the bouncing goblins.
That's what I was like. I was like,
They
so
all start
what
out as
did,
bouncing goblins.
Yeah, up until all babies, up until 3, they're all bouncing.
So I went to Goblins of Valerian, the first edition source. And I was like, well, I'm curious if they have anything to say. And apparently, the football method is the correct one. They have tiny little bodies. Imagine it's like little jellyfish tentacles, basically, in structure. They're birds sideways. Because apparently there's an old dwarven joke that if you're unattractive or don't look quite right, you're probably side-birthed.
That's funny.
And I was like,
you're a goblin?
yeah, because they're like, that's what goblins are like. Other thing was they get all their teeth right off the bat.
Yeah. Oh, so they chew their way out like mogs?
No, they don't chew their way out. They just come with a full set of teeth. And then
They're born like sharks. And it's just slowly replace.
they're put in a hutch with all the other babies because they're very communal. Because that was one of the gifts of the Barghest. It's like goblins strong together, and they're like, we can get to more trouble when we help each other. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So that's where tribes came from, and so that's how they handle kids. Is it's like, oh, you had the kid, and we think that one's ours. Pretty sure that one's ours. But we'll take care of them. But accidents happen, and if they die, they were probably weak. And
I mean, that's not entirely different from humans up until maybe about 100 years ago.
Well, we invented something called the speculum, which is literally built to just pull baby heads out.
we also
Exactly.
usually don't put them in hutches and little cages.
Well, I mean, not in first world countries, but in third world countries, they have like a communal. Babies will go in, nursing mothers will go in, children of a certain age will go in, and it's kind of the same. It's not like a goblin. Let's not paint the third world in that dark of an image. But yeah, it's I can remember like I'm way not quote unquote blood quantum enough to consider myself anything outside of the Iroquois Nation, but I did grow up near Longhouse, and I mean that's just a big communal building, and then you had slightly smaller longhouses that were also communal. It's like this is where we smoke the fish. This is where we smoke the tobacco. This is where we smoke the kids. Like, not really, but you know what I mean? Like 40. That's like I think lacrosse was invented just so kids would leave their parents alone for a couple hours. Like, hey, take this stick and this ball and go do shit somewhere else. All right. Like, think about it.
Most sports. Just
Yeah, most
go
sports.
Yeah.
Here's a stick and ball. Go figure out something to do with it.
Oh, that's a great idea, Dad. Yeah, I know. My ancestors invented it, and he just it's a good idea. It's like, what happened? Take this fish and slaps you in the face with it 100 years. Like, it's like the Avatar Last Airbender game where Aang makes up like, oh, it was a sports team to stop the war between like the East and West communities. He's like, oh, I knew those two. They were actually twins. They were brothers, and it was a sports game. It was getting the ball from. He just totally makes it up. But like, I just like, I hate Brian, and we're 4 years old. I walk over and I slap him with a fish. 100 years later, it's a tradition. Like, we call it salmon slap, and it's it's like I just wanted to hit my brother with a fish 100 years ago. Think about just what we call tradition today. Like, how did it come about? 1,000 years ago during like agrarian society, we don't know, not really.
No.
Yeah.
We get to make up cool shit about it. Like running with the bulls. Who thought that was a fun idea? Probably 3 drunk guys. Probably.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, let's see if I can outrun this bull. And they're the cousin they didn't like. That's where they also came up with I don't got to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to outrun the bulls. I just have to outrun you.
Not entirely accurate, as they found out later.
Yeah.
You do have to outrun the
No,
bulls.
you
too.
absolutely have to outrun the bulls. You're not gonna either.
Well, I imagine it was a combination of that and one inept person who was.
Oh, sure.
They were like, okay, just open this gate with one bull. He's like, okay.
And
Don't
it's the
open
chattel
this
gate, yeah, because that opens up to 40.
Just this one, right? Right.
And then
Which one was it?
30 people are running like, oh shit! what? And then the 40 watchers are like, this must be a tradition. One foreigner's writing it down. I visited this week and some weird shit happened.
And they were like, we gotta do this again next year.
Yeah, I'm convinced that's how Oktoberfest happened. Like, we have 7 beers and 4 people. We should share. And then next year they're like, we had a surplus of beer. Let's share it with everybody. And then 2 years later, it's like, this is a worldwide thing.
No, we're not doing just beer this year. Look, we're adding sausage. I demand it.
Sausage and lederhosen. What's your wife doing? Making lederhosen. Leave us alone. Ah. Anyways, so we went back home after the dinner, or are we still at the dinner?
So currently you're at the dinner. I forgot Fred's character name again. But
Excuse me.
Fred's rat folk.
He had to go.
It's rat folk.
It
Anyway,
is a rat folk with a spider.
Yep. Trek.
Trek. That's right. So Trek is like, as the spider is madly singing to him, and he's like, I have to go. There is a family emergency. So you guys have fun.
He has a family? Oh, the
kidding.
spider's family.
One
Thought
of
he
those.
hated the spider.
The spider's like, my wife is giving birth to 10,000 babies. I need to be there.
And Trek is like, I have to move.
Yeah. He's like, I'm out. I have to. I'm packing my shit.
So Trek is taking care of that. You guys can, if you want to do any sort of shopping or anything, you can. I don't remember if you guys have funds or not.
I think we have 20-something gold. I gotta do math.
Yeah, I think we have gold from those platinum vampire
So
fangs.
we have, how many platinum fangs did we
I think
get?
we found a total of 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I wrote 20 gold down. Is it each platinum fang is worth 20 gold?
Thought each was worth 10.
10 gold.
Okay, so we got 30 there. Okay, no more gold on that. Yep, sorry. So let's put 30 here for the platinum fangs. Tree. Okay. We did do some purchasing. So we have
Yeah, we moved a rune to
minor.
my great
We have minor oil of life, which I think is a healing potion for most of us. All of us except for the quick. We have obsidian key. We have leathery skin pouch. We have focus of cathartic. Then we have 2 gold and 5 silver after the purchases that we made, which I don't remember exactly what they were. I just remember we had like 4 or 5 gold, and we were kind of selling and buying stuff that were required. So it looks like we have about 32 gold. And then other things that we haven't sold yet. Right?
Something like that.
Yeah, because I don't know what the minor oil of life is valued. I don't know what the lesser cathartic focus, or the and then the skin pouch with the obsidian key. I don't know if we utilized that or if that's just something we found.
We did.
I don't.
It
Yeah.
was a key to something. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
That's. I wasn't sure if the key was just a treasure, like or if it's like Skyrim where we're just gonna hoard all the keys.
You guys haven't found out what the key is for yet.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
But yeah, so no, as long as it's not a treasure bundle worth, like this key's worth 10 gold, like we'll just hold on to it and try to. Every door we go to, nope, okay, nope, okay, hey, we now own this house.
The lesser focused cathartic has a chance to counteract, confuse, or stupefied.
Okay, that's it.
It's a chemical elixir.
All right. I can't remember how we do resale value. Is it 10,
50%.
50%? So is there a value associated with that in case we decide to
5
sell it?
gold.
So 2.5 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the oil, we'll probably keep that just in case you are somewhere where not the zombie, what are you called?
He's a zombie.
Oh
he's
yeah,
a
you are a
cleric.
zombie. You're correct. The zombie can't reach you.
Let's see.
Zombie cleric of. Are you actually Zonkathon?
Urgathoa,
Urgathoa, yeah.
Yeah.
which was a challenge to be like, oh, I'm a cleric. I should be good at punishing undead. I'm a cleric of Urgathoa. I can't punish undead.
So subjectively, if we sell the lesser focus, we have exactly 35 gold, which I think is enough for a +1 rune.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or hand wraps.
correct. So,
Uh,
so is that fine? Because you have one in your sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, if needs be, we can switch the +1 between your scythe and the gun based on who's playing.
Yeah.
And then Fred has weapons. He's a thief. I should talk to him, see if he wants to do like the charisma, was it Eldritch Trickster? Because then he could sneak attack with his electric arc and stuff.
Well, no, he can. It's only the spell attack spells, and that's
Is it
where-
electric? Oh no, it's a save, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's
yeah.
where.
People shit on it.
Well, that's where the designers made it bad, is because they were like, you know what, casters shouldn't be good at hitting AC. And then they excitedly made a class for the rogue to sneak attack with it.
Well, but then we can. I'm saying we could, but then we could talk to him about
But-
just taking attack spells.
I don't
If
know
he's
if he
interested.
is, but I think,
Well, because he's a witch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's last I knew he was going to be attacking people with his fur.
Yeah.
Because he had he took the hair feet,
Yeah.
or was
Oh.
going to take them.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Oh, the oil of unlife. What kind was it again? Do you remember?
Minor.
Minor. Okay. It's 4 gold and heals at D8 hit points for undead.
So we'll put 2 GP or 1d8.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Brian.
Mhm.
And then I have it's a leathery skin pouch with a key, and I that's just going with my purse to. It's one of those. I think it's like a ball sack with a drawstring. Like that was my ex-lover.
Well, I mean.
Horace, look what I found for you. Just hang them like the trucks that have the. Oh no! Why do you let me play, Brian?
Well, now I'm just thinking like all those dwarves fighting giants for years, and then they're like, we can make bags out of them. We're going to do what?
Oh no!
I mean, a friend of Anthony and I's, his dice bag is.
Oh, yeah.
Bull's scrotum.
Yeah, and it's hairy. I mean, it's not actual hair, but it's. Isn't it, oh no,
No.
it's like painted on, but yeah.
It might be painted on.
Yeah.
Because you got to remove the fur to tan something.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't.
No, you just have
You
to have access to the epidermal layer on the back,
Yeah.
because that's what like moleskin is, still furry. Yeah.
I mean, first, fur coats. Why did I forget about fur coats? It's like, no, you don't need to remove the hair to tan something.
This is why Trek didn't want to come. He's like, they're talking about.
Yeah, I was like,
skinning
and
me
I was like, you don't
alive.
even need to remove the hair to like jerk it, because that's what like chicharrones are, and pork rinds and some cracklings. Like sometimes they're hairy. I don't recommend it. That's not a texture I like.
Yeah. No thanks.
Okay, so 2 gold or 1d8. We have 35 gold, and so I'll write that down.
Okay.
What is it 35 for hand wraps plus
Yeah.
one?
Yep.
All right.
And I'm fine with you getting it. You are a melee combatant.
Hand wraps plus one. 35 GP.
And you do have that we spent 3.5 to move the room, right?
Yeah, so that was I said we had like 5 gold, and then we ended up with 2.5 gold, 2 gold, 5 silver out of that pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I was doing that math in the moment.
Okay.
Well,
Perfect.
it doesn't affect you guys, but you guys impressed Ortogger, and so he's willing to teach you guys some of the specific spells that they teach from the temple,
Excuse
like the inside ropes cantrip that you can pull out your intestines and use it as rope to climb with. Type of thing.
Jesus.
They have a few spells like that, but as far as I know, they're all divine. So they're all for his.
Pretty much.
It would be hilarious to teach Horace inside ropes just to see what comes out, but tale for another day. But I wanted to share one of the spells because I was like, oh, this is awful. So they have a level 2 spell called Teeth to Terror.
Like TERROR or TEARER?
TERROR.
Okay, so like scary, not
Yeah.
like terror or teeth to terror. I was thinking like a T-Rex. I love that.
So, I guess Trek could learn this. It's an occult spell. I don't know what his tradition is, though, so maybe
I
not.
thought he was the white-haired witch.
Yeah,
Because that's how you have to get the...
No,
Hair feats.
It depends on his
No.
patron. Hair is just a witch feat now. It has
Yeah,
nothing
it's
to
a
do with your
class
patron.
feat.
Yeah. I think he's tangled web, something web,
Yeah.
because he leaned into the spider one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Tangible web, is that what it is?
I can't
Sorry, don't just keep going.
remember.
Yeah,
But
we need to play because still have to end at normal time today.
Yeah.
the target believes its teeth are falling out, crawling along its face, stabbing into its body, and cramming themselves down its throat.
That's
That's rough.
terrifying.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it's 2d4 mental damage and the d4 persistent mental damage, depending on the will save.
Damn.
Wow.
And I was like, I forgot the name of them, but they have a picture of, I think, Celtiel, the old Magus iconic.
Suffering this?
Yep.
Oh, he deserves it.
Yeah.
I never liked him as a character.
No, it's not. I was thinking of the white-haired mages in first edition. I don't know what it is now.
I can't remember his Magus iconic.
He was the first edition
Yeah,
Magus.
his name started with an E. It was like Eldarin or something like that. I can't remember what his exact Elzrai, something like that. I'm not crazy. Oh God. No.
Ezrin is the wizard.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I was thinking of the wizard. There's a black-haired magus that looks like a younger version of him in my head, but I know, yeah. Or is it an elf? Is the elf the magus? Oh my God, it doesn't matter.
No, the elf is the rogue.
Yeah, no, there's you can be more than
I
one.
know there's more.
I was like, iconics
don't
to be more than one
remember.
race. Wow, no.
But, yeah.
I mean, thinking of the iconics,
Yeah,
the Magus is the half elf, and he's a bastard.
yeah.
They were like, What if we could be evil and or children? Welcome to first edition. Okay. But you are given directions to the hideout. It's a let's see.
Saltio?
Trying to decide where. I think it has to be outside of Grey Dirge, out in some caves in the hills.
What is it with cultists and caves?
It's
'Cause they can hide in
alliteration.
them.
It's their favorite game to play.
Yeah, I knew he had white hair.
Yeah, he has white hair.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in my brain. I am combining the mages with the wizard because I do remember the wizard also having platinum hair and
Yeah.
being older. But yeah,
Ezran's older.
Yeah.
That's why his hair's white.
Ezra went to the school of killing goblins or experience as well.
He did.
He was like fire 2 levels. Anyway, sorry. What about cultists in the hills? So we're going to investigate
So
the
we're going
bones.
to a cave
Okay.
outside of.
And
Grey
is this
Dirge.
we reasonably think this is where the Bone Shard gang is holding up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cave outside of the Grey Dirge.
It's pretty much like a 99% chance. Well, maybe a 90% chance. They could have caught wind of what's going on and been like, we're leaving now. Or the guy could have been lying.
Valid.
So it's like, this is the best information we have.
Yeah, and we're still we got to follow
We're
up
gonna
the lead
follow up,
anyways.
yeah.
I mean, in a perfect world, they abandoned everything and left, and we go there and there's nobody there to kill, and we just get to loot all their shit. So, Bone Shard. Okay, you have dark vision, correct?
No, I have low light
Oh, that's right.
because I'm a filthy human.
Yeah, and we don't have light unless... What? No, you're a skeleton. Oh, you were a filthy human. That's right.
Yeah, skeletons start with normal vision, and
Yeah,
then undead
and then undead
benefits
gives
make
them-
them low light,
Mhm.
which was
So,
weird.
but I have dark vision and you have dark vision?
Let's see.
I think so.
Trying to remember.
Because dwarfs have dark vision.
Yeah, but he's not a dwarf. He's a Nagaji.
Oh,
Let me go check.
The gunslinger's the dwarf.
they're the same person?
We're not.
I know it's... I know, but I was...
It's a weird...
It's-
yes.
He's a... Hey,
and no.
hey, he's a Nagaji with a height disability. Leave him alone. I know.
Yeah, he's a Nagaji zombie
But-
that has been stitched onto a dwarf.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
So, Hiss has dark vision because he had low light vision
Yeah.
in life.
I think we figured that out last session when Jeremiah was here, that only you and the rat
Yeah.
also don't. Yeah, but the rat has the light cantrip.
Yeah.
So, didn't we? Wasn't there ever burning torches somewhere in the? Oh, it might have been something else that we couldn't steal.
Here's the thing. If we're going to a cultist camp, they're probably human and they probably have light.
Yeah, yeah, because they're mostly quick, right? That we've experienced, or was it just the 3-finger people are mostly quick?
I'm trying to remember. The 3-finger people were mostly quick. We don't know for sure about the gang.
Right, because
They
we just
weren't
learned about
really-
them from the
Yeah.
priest. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well,
the
that-
guy that
yeah.
was interrogated was a quick.
Right.
So I'm thinking it's reasonable to assume they have members that are quick and require light.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to worry about light.
Yep. That's fine. Excuse me.
If it becomes a problem, I have a torch. I do have torches and flint and steel to light them.
Yeah, but you have a big sword. I'm just looking at logistics. Like, I think, but you're a cleric. You can also just cast light, right? Can't you cast it on his skull head? Because
Well,
now, didn't we agree that light now, the cantrip light is a
it'll
person?
follow a creature.
Correct. Yeah. So we can. I'd like to fluff it that he has a flaming skull head. I want you to be Ghost Rider with a giant sword. That would be so bad. I'll find you a fucking leather jacket. Watch me.
I don't think it'd be really all that hard here.
Like,
No, I do all the. I'm playing the girl who does all the fluff. Leave me alone.
I know.
You're all gonna look different by the end of this campaign. We're gonna be fashionistas.
like part of me is like, I don't see anything wrong if you want to go like Ghost Rider cosplay and just like oil lamp your head
Right.
and just light it and be like, Skull's just on fire. You don't care. It doesn't hurt the bone. You're fine. But you know,
I mean, I think it does actually hurt.
yeah.
Because I don't
probably
have
will.
resistance to fire.
True.
Oh
Well,
yeah, you'd
yeah.
need at least resist one because I think it only
Yeah.
does one damage, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Although
I
Because
to
don't-
be
the
fair-
torch just adds one fire damage.
yeah. But you know, soaking your head in oil and lighting it, feel might be more than one.
Just deal one like unarmed, just headbutt. Bam! Does one extra fire damage.
I mean, I kind of feel like the Terminator in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
My body senses, I can sense injury. One could interpret that data as pain.
And
I think that's literally, he's like, yeah, I can feel it when my bones get broken. I don't like it, but it doesn't hurt.
Hiss does not have the light cantrip prepared today. So if you want to put it off, Hiss can trade out one of his spells for light. Or you can go in with what supplies you have.
I think we can go in with what supplies we have.
Yeah, we're fine. Listen, she has dark vision. She doesn't care. If Casey wants to be in blind, that's cool with her. Like,
Okay. I mean, it's 50-50, right?
yeah.
Alright, so there's a series of winding caves that go, that are a mixture of, it looks like some of this was just natural, and then you can see where, someone has worked the side of the walls to smooth them out, straighten them. And
Not unreasonable to assume there's probably dwarven cultists.
there could be,
Yeah.
but
Because they live under the Great Dirge, like building tunnels and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that was my original concept was going to be a dwarf, remember?
yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as the architecture of what you're seeing, it doesn't look specific to any culture yet.
Right.
Beyond just Gebite, because you start noticing like teeth just worked into the walls decoratively, like mosaics and stuff like that. And it is, the further you go into a tunnel, it gets increasingly dark. And doesn't look like it's gonna get bright anytime soon.
Oh, like I said, I've got torches. I can
Okay.
pull one out and light it.
Hiss can hold the torch since you have a two-handed weapon if you want. Because
Scythe isn't two-handed?
Scythe is, but he has an unarmed attack. He can
Oh.
just bite people.
Yeah.
So,
I could also do that.
yeah.
I just have a shield in my other hand. Purse.
And Hiss doesn't have anything. in his hand. So, but you guys get to the middle area.
I think
No,
with the stairs.
right there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someday I'll remember. I have a laser pointer.
We're good. We're good.
A gaping maw of fangs, each made of thousands of fused human teeth, line the short passage which opens to the east onto a vaulted chamber of stone. Skeletal remains of 4 people sit propped against the walls where the passage widens into a larger alcove, 2 to either side. Each wears a simple leather skull cap, strapped tightly beneath its jaw. Let's see.
Are they using Play Dead?
Can't not do anything. So the bodies stay how they are. But the skulls, it looks like they have like a leather strap. And as we get to that point, they start like chattering softly.
You do my investigation to tell me what I learned. So be +8, which I think you have.
So these are, these are called chattering jaws. Looks like these are kind of a security system.
Oh, these like
Yeah.
the lines with the tin cans on them to act as All right.
And like they are, these are constructs. So they're not animated undead.
Okay.
And
Do they count as a trap? Because I have the trap spotter, I would have noticed, like, hey, don't go too close to set them off. If they,
yeah, so you know that they activate when anyone gets within 30 feet. So by the time you know that they're there, you're in range.
okay.
But they're not a trap. They're creatures.
Okay.
Um,
Well, that's fine. I mean, we're also like, we're not trying to be super stealthy. Like we have every intention of talking if they'll talk or killing if we need to.
yeah.
Yeah. I
We're
mean,
not
we have the
quite murder
option to
hobos.
be
We're hobos
stealthy.
first. We're murder hobos second.
I mean, I think we've been upgraded because we own a house. We're not hobos anymore.
This is true.
No, hobo isn't about. I guess it is. That's a.
Hobo
So
is
what
a
are-
state of art.
Yeah, I was like, well, no, because that would make us vagrants if we just travel. But shit, we're not murder hobos. We're murder homeowners.
Yeah.
I almost said murder homos. I was like, no. That's a different campaign.
Yeah, especially with how hard she's trying to get in his pants, even though there's nothing there.
Hey, you are the perfect guy. You have all the conversation and all the handsomeness without any of the necessary dirtiness. She already found you a coin purse. We're one step away from making you the perfect B.O.B.
So, honestly, I'm just trying to figure out what they want you to do, because it sounds like they think you should be able to
Disarm
get
them.
to do this quietly, but I'm like, I don't know how, and I don't know how to
It's not the first time we've run into something
So-
where it's like, it should be this way, but it's not. Yeah.
It's
So
really
all
not
they
written
tell
for
me
that.
Yeah.
is that you can attempt a flat check, a DC 15 flat check, to tighten the strap on them and make them shut up. Which, I'm fine switching it from a flat check to a thievery check. Or
Okay.
an athletics check, just to rush up.
Yeah, let's do athletics.
And,
So tighten it would have been something I would have recognized with my. It's like, hey, look at the jaw. Just
yeah.
works for
so-
you. We crush one, and I'm gonna take it for him.
So they're all wearing skull caps and they got
Yeah.
chin strap, and they're slowly trying to unwind, loosen it so they can be louder at your presence.
All right.
So,
There's 3.
there's
4.
4 of them.
All right. So we'll just attempt.
Yeah.
Do
We'll
I
just-
need an
21
initiative,
athletics.
Or are we good?
We'll just do this as a skill challenge.
All right.
So,
Yeah. And if we fail, then they go off, and we'll just be right next to them.
yeah.
So I got a 21 athletics.
That will succeed. Hiss grabs one and succeeds.
Come on, Horace.
So that would be a 20 athletics.
20? Okay. So we go up, we tighten the straps. Skulls are still trying to alert people, but they don't have arms. So,
Shh, 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 shh. We'll loosen them up on our way out. Shh. It's okay.
looking into the wider area, the vaulted ceiling of this enormous chamber rises some 50 feet above the floor. 6 pits, each 15 feet to a side, 15 feet deep, and lined with red glass, stand in 2 rows along the floor.
Red what? Slats?
Glass.
Oh, glass. Oh, okay.
A glass to cut your hands
Yeah.
as you try and
Well.
scale it.
Arranged in a regular pattern on the floor between and around the pits are 8 roughly circular mosaics of polished bone.
diamonds,
Each
okay.
10 feet in diameter. Along the south wall stand the remains of a makeshift camp. Canvases laid across poles of lashed bone to make tents and cookpots over fire pits, ringed with sooty skulls and other abandoned detritus litters the area. The east wall contains a wide opening onto another room piled high with bones. So,
What was the word you used? Polished bones what? 8 something made of polished bones.
let's see.
Not statuary, but it was like that.
Circular mosaic.
Mosaics. Thank you. Polished bones mosaics.
Um,
And then there's 6 15 by 15 pits lined with red glass.
mhm.
Thank you.
I thought they were blood. That's what I get for wanting to be surprised by the description too.
And then you said there's more bones somewhere else further in?
So you can see a raised area. There's camp up there with canvases, with poles of lashed bones to make tents, stuff like that.
So like indigenous style, like canvas, leather, cloth, bones. Just okay. Cool, cool, cool. Very cool. And we don't. Other than that, we don't hear or see any movement.
Let
Like
me,
at the camp, there's nobody like just chilling there making soup.
yeah, let me see where they are or what's in here. Oh. So you do see faint movement, and you think there might have been rats at first, but as you look at them, you see that they're crawling hands.
Okay.
And, well, they want you to fight them, but since you have your own army of crawling hands, led by...
We pass out the pamphlet of, hey, if you come to our manor, we have the large crawling hand who's like our general,
Yeah,
and he
our
commands, and
Yeah.
we pay like 1 copper a week.
All right. Roll...
Yeah.
Yeah, roll Argon. Yeah.
Roll what?
Roll Argon, the Annihilator's diplomacy. We'll do... Give him a +8. That's fair.
19 on the die.
Alright. So, he rounds up the hands. And, there's some resentment. If you know sign language. They're like...
I know sign language.
So some of their hands are like, what? But we're an awesome gang, and this is our territory. And he's like, but rich manor, with people who like us and respect us. And we have a ferry.
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh.
Cramp. I like, Sorry.
That was the 5th crawling hand who didn't go for the deal.
It pinched me, you son of a bitch. That hurt.
So,
yeah. For those watching, I walked 10 hours yesterday at Lagoon, and boy, are my legs tired.
I can imagine. Were you able to hit any of the rides?
All of them except for like the 3 ones that you have to pay for, the water rides, which I didn't do because of my Baja, and then I don't do the cannibal, and I don't do the wooden one, which I can't never remember the name of because it gives me a headache. But everything else I did at least twice, and we did the primordial 3 times.
Did it work?
It's so good. It's so fun.
Okay.
Did it not work when you were there?
It wasn't me that was there. It was my brother and his family that went. And
It's
they
relatively new. It might not have been up to
did it. Yeah,
snuff.
that's what they were saying. Is
Yeah.
It was new, but none of the screens worked. So
That's unfortunate. No, we did it 3 times because we wanted to ensure that we did both quests. So apparently the Bobcat lady, the queen, sends you on a quest to save the dragon and also the owl. The dragon is like the guardian of the sun. The owl's the guardian of the moon. And you just go through. It's like 4 or 5 screens, and you have a little gun on your thing, and you just laser shoot enemies, and you try to rack up points. And my buddy Sam, who took me because it was his work function, the first 2 times we went, we got slowly better. And then the 3rd time we went, everybody in our group just had already gone like 2 or 3 times, so we knew what to shoot at and how good to do. And we finally got the owl version, and that is so superior of a story and like the ability to get points. And he did so well that he was 3rd in the whole day by the time we left. So I was like, hey, look, Sam the Page. It's like 7,800 and something points, and like the highest of the day was 8,700. Like, oh dude, 1 more shield, 1 more multiplier, and you'd have been right up there. He's like, oh, I want to go again. I'm like, no, let's go home. It's 8 o'clock. I'm tired. We've been here since 11. Let's go home.
let's see.
So I had a great time. Thank you, Sam, for taking me.
With the hands taken care of, you're not seeing any sign of anyone else yet.
All right.
You can attempt Arcana or Occultism check.
Okay.
And this is to recall knowledge. So you're-
esoteric, yeah. 14 plus 8, 22.
So it looks like these pits are a necromantic ritual, or part of a necromancer ritual. To separate the bones, flesh, and souls of however many people they could stack in the pits at once, living or dead.
Wow. That's rough.
yeah, that's terrible.
And you can see the some of the fruits of that, because the end of this chamber, you can just see piles of bones everywhere. And so you figure that's why they made all
So,
their poles out of bones.
oh, dang.
Looking. Where are these guys? Okay. Ah.
Are they well hidden this time?
Well, they were pretty hidden, but his being wisdom based, or heavily invested in wisdom, and rolling a 19 on his perception
Yeah.
is like, there are living over there. So he points to the camp. And it's still dark over there. Not sure what their plan was.
Cool.
It's not being subtle. You start hearing frustrated shouts of muffled warning going, "They heard us, you idiot! Start working on it." And you hear the faint striking of flint and steel, because like,
Trying to get a fire started, just can't.
yeah,
We've all
because
been there.
Because they're human and they need light.
yeah,
Yeah. And warmth and food and boy, it's rough being a quick, huh? Jeez.
like my guess is their plan was, if we just hide here in the dark, they'll leave. Nobody will stick around. The crawling hands will take care of anyone. And so,
Cool.
it's pretty easy to just go over to the camp.
So you want us here or here?
Yeah, the second place.
I'll make it fair and put us as further away so we're right next to the pit.
Yeah.
And then is this a roll initiative context?
Depends on how things go.
Okay. You tell us what we need to roll, and if it's diplomacy, we'll roll that. If it's intimidate, we'll roll that. If it's initiative, we'll roll that.
Well,
You're
I
the
mean,
Brian. I don't know if you know this, but you're the boss.
well, it's fine. I just don't know what you guys want to do.
Well, Horace wants to kill everybody.
Well, I know that. That's why I'm like, that
He-
would be a roll initiative. If you want to talk to them.
Yeah, Demetrius definitely wants to talk and figure out
Okay.
what's going on because information is power, and she's all about that base. No trouble.
Yeah.
A little bit of trouble, but only with.
It's one of the things you give up. One of the
Casey's like,
things-
Tony, you have to stop flirting with me. And I was like, it's character stuff. I'm not really. She makes offhand comments. She's not, because the horse has no interest.
it's
But
one
she
of the
likes to play with
things
them.
You
It's fun.
give up being when you are undead is your base.
Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Bone Daddy. I saw that movie. Is that what's it
So-
called? The Bride, the prin. No, it's not Princess Bride. That's stupid. With Amelia and Victor. It's a Tim Burton animation.
Corpse Bride.
Thank you. Bride was in the name. Why did I was like, no, I'm stupid for that. But yeah. And I think the bones, like one of them is like a head with spider, but the bones are playing like on the ribs. Should have been a bard.
One of them's like, you suppose you're communicating with us? Shut up, you idiot. But, so are you playing stuff on there, or was that just a joke with the bones?
Oh no, it's a joke.
Okay, making sure.
Horace
So-
doesn't let me play with his bones.
Not since the incident.
He's a dirge bard.
took my legs while I was sleeping. Had to hop them back on my own. Took 12 hours.
I killed a cat. Used them both as my feet. Yeah, whatever. I mean, diplomacy is something that I'm good at.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so I guess I'll role play it and then we'll roll it.
Yeah.
We'll ROLE and then ROLL to see how effective. So, yeah, Demetrius will step forward and she's like, excuse me, young man. I believe we're here to ask some questions of you. My notes are terrible. Basically, want to ask about the relationship with the Three Finger Gang. I don't know what they're actually called.
Yeah. So, also, one of them is like, my name's Osuk, and don't tell him your name, you idiot.
Osik?
Yeah. And another guy nudges him and is like, we know nothing. We are definitely just vagrants here who are just looking to sleep in bones because we want to.
Yeah, and that's why you're all wearing the identical sigils for that identify you as a particular type of group.
No, we found these
Oh, where did you find them?
in the shadow plane. Oh my gosh. No, we're not going that route. But it's a good disguise and I'm dressed up for it. So you see that they're all trying to remember what lore it is. Arcana or your diverse lore would give you a better picture.
23.
All right, so it's a bad disguise. Some might even say offensive, but
It's not quite blackface, but it's
well, it's funny you say that because it is because they're trying to be it's not
undead.
changeling
The hags.
the short shadow people.
Oh, fetchlings.
Fetchling. They're trying to disguise themselves as fetchlings.
My grandniece is a fetchling. You're like I can see the seams. Like it's not very good.
Like it's smeared
Yeah.
and it doesn't cover.
I can see the red hair sticking out underneath the black hair.
Yeah. So he's just like, no, I worked really hard. I mean, I worked really hard making us look presentable.
Oh, listen. If you hadn't started the fire, it would have been 30% better. But the fire just highlights the patch coloring and the modeling. Like, I could probably do better, but I mean, you'd have to answer some questions first, because like we definitely have some questions about.
I told you the lantern was a dumb idea, but we can't see without it. Fetchlings can see in the dark, dummy. We're fetchlings.
Yeah. They're also a little translucent, which your skin doesn't confer that. That's just something to think about. I'm not saying go and buy some glitter to act a little bit of iridescence to your costuming, but if you do, and she just goes into like a 30-second tirade about adding absorb gum to like a pearlescent, iridescent glitter to, you know. She like not exactly Twilight, but she's like do like a fetchling version of Twilight where they're even worse, but they look good until a light flashes on them, and then they're like, disco ball.
So they're going back and forth, and you notice there's a third female figure who's in the back, just going, "Look, this is a dumb idea, and they're willing to talk." So, you want to know about Three Fingers. Well,
do. And we have a couple questions, mostly about the Three Finger Gang, but also about the potentially poisoning of Keb's quick supply. Just all just all the information. Let's not bandy here. We don't want to hurt you. We are more than capable of it, but we don't have our quarry isn't you. Our quarry is the next stage. And, you know, because I have a 10 in diplomacy, but I also have an 8 in intimidate.
so, kind of like, what's his name? Kind of like Chunk in Goonies.
Goonies, yeah.
Who's like, we want to know everything, and he just lists everything.
Yeah.
Like, this, you get their whole history. Like, they're called the bone shards because they use bones as weapons. So they're like, and we can throw them, and we're really cool. And,
Yeah, I mean, you have some flash and substance, but right now,
yeah.
you're a tertiary, you know, and the costuming is play into the bones. Don't play into the fetchling thing, the shadow thing. Play into the bones.
Yeah, and you can tell with their when this underneath the disguise, it's more of that like the black and bone white type of thing.
You could take glue, like Wonder Glue. I don't remember what it's called, and then you can like put the bone. Jesus Christ, English. Glue the bones together and make like cool skull like crowns and like face masks and like the fetchling thing. Just a bad idea. Like just skip that. And bone shard's a great name, but what about bone eaters? Because you got the teeth, like that. I mean, just they're like walking. Like I mean,
but we don't eat bones.
oh yeah. We do. The marrow's bone marrow is really good for my complexion. All right, buddy.
I'm okay. Shouldn't drink all the caffeine.
That's like feel free to.
I'm like, I got another one.
Yeah, it's like
of
there's
these
another
if
one
you
in
need
there.
it.
No. Bad for me to drink.
Does Kathy? Is it
Oh.
like with me put you to sleep? Oh no,
Well, there's water. A little cool might help.
that's not bad. You want some water? I can get us both one.
Yeah. Is there any in there?
Yep. Yeah, we got it.
I could.
A whole dwarful.
I'm just trying to make sure I got all the information. No, I'm good. Thank you. So, the Bone Shards are kind of a minor gang that never really took off, especially.
They're all kids.
No.
Sorry.
But
Miners, not minors.
ER, not OR.
but they were making their big break working with us, Three-Fingered Gang, and everything went bad because the Three-Fingered Gang is mean and
they
hates them.
treated you like you were secondaries.
And so someone among them decided, all right, we need to. Not a lot of people around here are afraid of our use of bones and bone puns to kill people.
I can't imagine why.
And
Maybe it's
so-
just because I'm a skeleton.
could be.
Yeah, I was like, you're food for 80% of the population. So
So they spread rumors that they were that some of their members are fetchlings who ward the hideout with powerful shadow magic. And
Dude,
some of them,
still doesn't
like
help.
Dacromat, were like, "Oh, cool! I can help this lie work using spells from Sant Cthulhu to like make the area unnaturally dark and stuff like that."
but then they need fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't help that we're human and have to see.
yeah. I kept looking. I'm just like, all they have to see are the lanterns, and I'm like,
Yeah. Like, what if one of our party members was an actual fetchling? Like, well, we're just gonna kill you now because you're like, it's not blackface. You're like, well, it kind of is. You're like, oh shit, all right. Uh-oh.
Like, I don't know if that's a thing that happens in Galarian. I assume it's just like, you know, cosplay. Like, you know, if we were ever fans and someone dressed up as Casey and was like, "You're my favorite. You keep the others in line." Or try to.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like that.
I
But,
don't either.
so let me get back to where we were. That's the wrong direction. There. Come on.
Oh, getting hot in here.
Hey, Brian, you want to oscillate? Oh, there it is.
It is oscillating.
It didn't for a second there. I thought it broke. I was like, what the hell?
No, it just likes me more than you guys. They give you everything else of recent things. So, they worked for someone named Kepgeda the Hag-Nailed.
The what?
The Hag-Nailed.
Hag-nailed?
Hag, H-A-G dash nailed.
Yeah. Say that name again. Calvetta?
K-E-P-G-E-D-A. Kepgeda.
Kepgeda. The hag-nailed. Thank you.
The leader of the three-fingered hand. They took over the bone shards and killed just about everyone soon after. The gang was made of human gang members in red cloaks, a few ghouls, and some zombies.
Humans, ghouls, zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
They don't know where the three-fingered hand hides out. They're not sure it's in Grey Dirge or where it could be. Kepgeda's primary motivation seemed to be getting an ornate key the bone shards received as payment for a job a few years ago. She described it in clear detail and knew the key goes to Grey Dirge Bank.
Grey Dirge what?
Bank.
Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this key that they speak of obsidian?
Well, as you talk about, they're like, yes, this is, she asked many times, this is the exact description of the key, and you're like, pretty sure that's the key we have.
It's almost like they planned it.
The bone shards don't know why Kepgeda wants it. They don't know who gave the key to the gang in the first place. The member who handled the contacts for that mission is long dead, killed by the three-fingered hand.
Okay. But we have a connection. Love it.
They give you a physical description of her. She has a missing finger that they assume is the reason she calls her gang the three-fingered hand.
Does she only have 4 to begin?
Apparently.
Do hags only have 4 fingers? 3 long and 1 thumb, maybe?
I think they're just going with the 3 fingers and ignoring the thumb.
Oh.
But,
All right. So Kepgeda is female. Thank you.
she was enraged by the bone shards pretending to be fetchlings, insisting shadow magic isn't a thing for playing pretend. She was obsessed with putting her enemies to better use, such as by cooking them or raising them as zombies. She raised several dead bone shards as zombies to join her ranks and cooked the leftovers. Her words.
Her
Into bone
her
shard
words? Is that what you
soup.
said? Her words?
Yeah.
Okay.
Into bone bone shard soup. She kept them alive so their screams would intimidate the remaining bone shards into
Yeah.
revealing where they kept the key. It worked.
Yeah, I can imagine it would.
Asking about Dacromat. He was Zonkathon worshippers were common in the gang, and he was one of them. But they just assumed that he got out safely. They hadn't seen him for quite a while.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. The description isn't your key, but the shape and everything is your key. But it's a different material. She was asking for a granite one, and yours isn't.
Obsidian.
Okay, so granite key.
But the shape is correct.
Sure.
And just getting the material wrong might be a minor detail. But
Yep.
when dealing with magic,
Or it could be
material
like
could be
Skyrim where
important.
there's 12 dragon claws and each are made out of a different material. We just gotta collect all the keys. But
Or it's easier to tell whose key is whose when they're made of a different material.
valid.
I don't know.
It just means we have more keys to collect, and I love collecting stuff. So let's. Yes, sir. All right. Well, can you get out of Geb? At the very least, can you get out of Grey Dirge?
Oh yeah. We were working on that.
Yeah. Take your stuff. Leave the costumes. You don't need those.
Yeah. I highly recommend you pick a different country.
We're going to
Well,
Anywhere else.
Like she says Geb as well, but like the Grey Dirge is where we'll garner our power. Eventually we become Bloodlord. It's all of Geb or just in Grey Dirge?
all of Geb.
Oh, then I will. If I do that going into it, yeah, I'll say not just Grey Dirge. I'll say get out of Geb.
Just go find somewhere much more friendly to humans.
Go south and west until you hit some trees, and then go a little deeper. And if you find any goblins with tails, you know you're in a good spot.
They're like, well, we don't need any of this, so you can have it. There is a silver mirror worth 5 gold.
Ooh.
3 disguise kits. And 10 batches of replacement cosmetics, mostly bone white makeup and black hair dye.
10 batches?
Mm-hmm.
10 replace? Okay, so that was, you said 5 gold for the mirror?
Yeah.
So 2.5?
For the mirror, it would be a full 5. Because it's like a special treasure.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
okay.
work of art.
Oh, nice. Oh, so this is like treasure. All
yeah,
right.
that's actual treasure.
Yeah. So it's like gems and things like gold are all valued at whatever. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I could figure out the disguise kits with the
It's
replacements.
kind of
later.
like when I'm doing those old D&D
And
games.
did you say
and
anything
I
else after the replacements? That's it? Just those 3 things technically?
Nope.
There's more?
That's everything.
Okay.
Let's see.
I bought the +1 wraps and we didn't need it. Yeah.
Yet.
No, that's valid.
Let's go with the word
What,
yet.
yeah, I was like, and finally, what further in? Like, what else can we expect?
I'm pretty sure the leftovers are still roaming the area over there.
Is that the Zambi
Leftover
bone shards
what?
that she raised? Is that what they're talking about?
So, the leftovers is the soup. And, so
got
it congealed and is now roaming, they say, over
That's
there.
kind of nasty.
So,
That's
if you want to deal with that,
Yeah,
sure.
we're gonna put it out of this
Yeah.
misery.
We've just left it alone. We don't need more bones. Um, and looking over there, piles of bones lie in heaps throughout this chamber. They rise to 20 feet in places, nearly touching the ceiling, and they completely clog passages from the room to the north and south. The smell of burnt flesh fills the air. I just wanted to say that because it starts with the number of corpses required for this quantity of bones is staggering. Though the truth is perhaps more shocking. These bones are merely left over when Grey Dirge's builders finished their work on the city.
Oh yeah.
So, bunch of bones. There's
Any good bones for Horace to pocket? Probably a couple, right?
probably.
Hey, that's a nice rib.
Look at the cut. That's gorgeous.
Let me.
Hey Horace, you know that fucked up knee issue you have? This knee joint's perfect.
So Horace is like, well, this looks like a good bone. Picks it up, and his is like the very good bone. Wand bone.
Oh.
Is a first level wand of harm.
Wand of harm?
Yep.
Nice. That's all you though, right? All
Yep.
his. Wand of harm. Wanda Harm? Is that a person?
Wand of harm.
That's gonna be my inflict harm / inflict. No, touch. What is it?
Mm,
You know what I'm
Harm.
talking about.
yeah.
Is harm? Is there's no longer
Heal
like
and
an
harm.
inflict?
There's no inflict. There's no cure.
Oh, okay.
They're just heal and harm now.
Love it. Wand of harm.
I mean, I kind of miss the old heal. Such
Yeah.
a stupid spell.
The 1, 2, or 3 actions, and it's still that, right? It's just a little different.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So heal is one action is touch,
Like 2d8 or something like that.
It's
whatever.
a D8.
It's a D8.
Yeah.
The 2 action is it goes out 30 feet, and you add 8 per die.
Yeah.
So it's each
if
die
you're
plus
And then
8
the 3
if you're
is
healing.
everybody positive.
3
negative.
is just 30 feet.
It's a burst,
radius.
and if you you choose harm or heal. Based
No,
on, or not.
you
You know what I
just-
meant. Yeah.
Well,
It's-
you can memorize either, but you have to
Yeah.
pick one.
yeah, you have.
But I'm saying like it'll heal living and it'll hurt undead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what we used in the cistern
Yeah.
for that. I don't remember which one. That's why we took cleric. It's like, oh look, we're going into a place filled with undead. Cleric that has a healing font. Yes.
So how do wands work? Do they recharge?
So they're basically they recharge once per day. You can overcharge it once and they explode essentially.
And
Then
is it if you use all the charges, it's like a random roll and it breaks or something like that?
If you use it a second time in the day, it breaks, and then the wand is useless.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
otherwise,
so it doesn't have charges. It just has a thing it can do.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
like it's the only wands and staves are the only rechargeable magic items, and wands just have if you're really desperate,
Okay.
I can break
But
this.
wands
wand
are
and use
effectively a
this spell.
scroll that you get back at the end of, as long as you don't use it again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm just curious because I'm doing like the esoteric stuff, and that'll be something I'll have to look at higher levels, and I just need to know now approximately
Yeah.
how they'll work.
It was one of the things where that I was like, I was disappointed with casters and marshals because I was like, because of wands and staves, I'm like, I can buy your best class feature with, if I'm a martial archetyping into it, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I buy 3 wands of your favorite spell, and it's like, look, I have as many spell slots as you. I just use wands.
Yeah.
But do you guys want to fight the leftovers?
I mean, we don't have to, but it would also eat like 15 minutes of time.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
kind of
I would like to put it
out of its misery.
Thank you. I said
You
I said it
already
a
said
minute ago, and
that.
then my brain went, "No, those aren't words that I know." Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we would like to destroy it because
We'll move to here.
yes,
We put it wherever.
Horace isn't meant to be a murder hobo. He's actually meant to be empathetic to undead.
Oh, it's only medium.
It's small.
It's small. Oh, there wasn't much left.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
those
oh, it's gonna be
leftovers.
large.
it's all cooked down. Eyeballs. There's screaming mouths. Like a bit of a hand, just oozing everywhere. So roll some initiative.
Like enough that would have fit inside of a saucepan.
Very much.
Okay. Well,
All right. Was it? No, yeah. We're not gonna do scouting or anything.
I don't think we need to.
Yeah. So, would I mean, because it does matter for me for my sneak attack or it would, yeah. So either stealth, can I roll stealth or diverse lore for my investigate? Because they did tell us about it, and if we're going to go put it out of its misery, I would.
Yeah, so you can choose either one
Okay.
of those.
So I'll do the recall knowledge.
Okay. If-
You roll that roll, but for my word hard. So
Initiative.
6. Yeah. So my initiative would be 12. I rolled bad.
Horace?
23.
Jesus, nice job. I rolled a 6 on my die.
I mean, it frightens me because now I'm probably going to roll like 2s and 3s for my to hits.
Probably.
I'm like, I've
Because
got-
this isn't Second Strike Estrella, who's like, roll number 2, 20.
Maybe I shouldn't have changed the die for it.
Did it just beat all of us in initiative?
No, it just went dead last.
Wow.
I was like, one piezo die was rolling 19s constantly. This was like 16 or better. And I'm like, yeah, I should get a different die out just to differentiate it. And I'm like, I rolled a 2. And I'm like, oh, it's not going to be a good day for it.
Don't know.
No, it sounded like it was a pretty good day for you for Hiss.
Let's see. His did exceptional. He'll be going first. Let me get you the result of your knowledge roll, though.
Yeah, it'll be plus 6. No, it's 8 because it's not diverse. It's an actual recall knowledge.
So that's... I almost crit. Alright.
So I know it's a bouillet's base soup.
So, this appears to be the leftovers of human remains in the cauldron. It is...
Gonna cramp.
I really hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Should we take a 5-minute break before we do this?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright,
yeah.
we're going to take a break, guys.
We'll do the recall knowledge when we get back.
Yep.
And I need to stretch my hammies up. 1, 2, and 3. Yep.
Alright, welcome back, everyone. We are continuing Bloodlords. We are... I was just looking at the identifying information that Demetrius knows about the leftovers. Their most interesting ability is they can emit smoke. And the smoke will make you sick.
Okay.
If you retch from the smoke, whatever you throw up goes and joins the leftovers,
Oh.
and it heals a little bit.
Oh no.
I don't know. If
That's a
it's gonna-
cool ability.
That is a cool ability, but
I don't know if
there's
it's
a part
gonna
of me
use
that's
it.
like, how does that work on us? Because none of us breathe.
We all suffer the same things.
Is this why you gave me a sense of smell back?
It could be. Could be that I'm hinting at a dark secret about the truth of undeath. Or I'm just going,
So wait,
this is what
Horace
Paizo
can
said.
smell. He secretly has a stomach. What have you been holding out on me?
Well, I mean, I don't know if anyone knows that he can smell yet.
If we go to an Alvin spring, are you gonna manifest
Skin.
skin?
Good question.
Demetrius, like, I watched this isekai and I want to try it with you. Horace just wakes up and I'm just pouring random shit on him. What are you doing? I'm just trying this out.
Seeing if I can break the curse.
He's like, I'm not cursed.
I'm not cursed. I'm dead.
Oh shit. He's like, you're a curse.
I'm literally rotted away. This is me. This is all that's left. The bones.
Let's see. How far can Hiss get? He has 20-foot movement.
5, 10.
5, 15, 20.
Okay, so get there. We'll just do this cheeky little scythe attack. Let's go with this. Boo.
Boo.
And as far as I know,
Boo.
biting it or anything doesn't do anything negative.
Yeah, like you're undead. Like this could be like a high-end shake in some places.
I pop out my turtle straw. Delicious.
I mean, for that one ghoul you find in Abomination
Abominations?
Valves,
Oh, yeah.
it would be a high-end check.
Yeah.
Where's my straw, man? Dude.
Let's see.
That's a different argument.
Let me make sure
Different-
I
oh,
can.
Straw
do
man.
it.
Straw man.
I'm on the ball today,
There's
son.
no immunity to do this. Okay, yeah, we can do it. So, yeah. So let's go to the scythe to try and grab it and fails. Alright. That was an exciting turn. So Horace.
Okay, well, I'll start with a rage.
You want to sudden charge the flank?
Sure.
That wouldn't matter. It'd be 3 no matter what you did.
Yeah, to get him flank, it would be.
Well, I was thinking if you could get there in one movement, but then you would attack. So, but sudden charge is also two. It's 2 actions.
Two no matter what.
Yeah. And sudden charge gives you double movement, so might as well. Such a good feat, level 1 for barbarians and fighters.
It is. That is a 3 on the die, so a total of 14.
14 flat-footed.
Yeah, you're just a little bit off. That's a 3 on the die for you.
Do you want to?
Sure, we'll use the hero point.
You gotta say it.
I said it. We'll use the hero point.
No, you gotta go hero point.
That's only you.
I know. I'm trying. I'm shit.
Much
Yeah.
better. So that's
30
a
flat-
17 on the die.
30
So
flat-footed.
that's a 28 flat-footed.
Oh
Alright,
Jesus.
that is going to crit.
Turnabout's fair play.
Okay, yeah, everything's
Sure.
good.
Yep.
Oh, that would have been a 12 for sure.
It is a 12.
Yeah.
It's flat on
No,
the
I'm saying
surface.
if it had come, it would have kept going. It would have been 12. It is the 12. You know what I meant.
That's not what it needed.
Huh?
I said that's not what it needed. Maybe it did. Who knows? All right.
Well, I mean, that's 22 times 2, 44.
Yep.
Yep. It was close to dying from massive death rules. But, no, it's just dead.
Aw.
Yeah, it had 28 hit points total.
Demetrius is back here. You boy, you good?
Yep.
Oh, you boys are playing along so well. I love it. She just scoops the remains into like a little bucket.
Well, funny thing about the remains is that there's enough to make one potion of level 2 or lower that you want. Typically, it's minor healing potion or a nectar of purification or oil of potency. Something like that. So,
Cool.
so basically, right.
So
you need level 2 or
one
lower
level
potion.
2 or letter potion, lesser
Letter.
potion.
Yep.
So times 1 level 2 or lesser potion. Awesome.
All right.
Beautiful.
And then, the bone shards tell you how to safely navigate through this area because the bone piles are unstable, and so if you step in the wrong place, they'll try and crush you. But they figured out how to get through. There's a giant tunnel going out.
Okay, so that's like a back way over here.
Well, the thing is no one's gone there, but the bone shards say that that's a path to the rumored flesh halls far beneath the city of Grey Dirge.
Ruined
Interesting.
flesh halls.
And
I got a bad joke for that.
you guys have heard, of course, being residents of Grey Dirge, of the gibbering flesh halls.
Gibbering?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So it's where they put grew the sustenance for the city's ghoul and vampire populations. But they had more flesh than they could possibly use. So their solution was to bury it. And
Cool.
so there's just, but it's been magically preserved. But the magic is also old and wearing off. So it's called the gibbering flesh halls because often gibbering mouthers are just come out there from the
Spawned.
flesh. Yeah, spawned. That's the word.
Randomly spawned.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awful.
All right.
Is this little hallway something that we're meant to investigate now?
Probably not.
You don't think there's anything worthwhile
Okay,
there?
it's like the
Like-
catacombs under Paris. It's a nice.
Yeah, it's a
You
cool
might
thing.
send someone you hate there and just be
Oh,
like,
oh,
you know, if you make it through.
you could join our gang if you make it through.
Exactly.
And then they go to Warriors of Virtue, and the gibbering mouthers eat them. Or they come back. There are antagonists. They come back with an army of gibbering mouthers. Like, god damn it, we're supposed to succeed.
Like, what did you do? Well, I learned the ways of the old gods.
I guess.
Okay.
Because,
Right.
yeah, I don't know exactly what they mean by there's too much flesh. But apparently, it kind of sounds like
It's a fat joke.
it sounds like by bury it, they mean we made walls and tunnels out of it.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
it could be
And then covered it with dirt.
yeah, it could
Yeah.
be a byproduct of the process that was happening here, because this place separates flesh, bone, and soul, and you see all the bones, but not the flesh. So that's probably what happened. Because they had an excess, because they were like, we didn't know there are not enough ghouls in Grey Dirge to eat all this. We'll just bury it. It'll be fine.
Nothing bad ever happens when you use magic.
Nothing. And we're all wise when we use it. So your next lead will lead you to find out what in the world Kepgeta wanted at the Grey Dirge Bank, because you have one of the rare keys for it. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So you guys know the bank has been derelict for a while. The tax collectors union once operated the bank. But they came into conflict with the celebrants, and some political maneuvering later, the tax collectors union was like, fine, we're taking our bank and we're going to a cooler city.
We're going to a better city.
So they did, and everybody knows that pretty much all the wealth is gone from there because
So it's supposed to say time, but my friend Eric, he says, take only photos, leave only footprints, kill only Tim. Please stay on the trails. It's supposed to say time. But I was like, ah! And Eric goes, sorry to all the Tims I know, but them's the rules.
but they know that the bank doesn't have any wealth left because the tax collectors union, to show off their wealth and power, made this whole big parade of them carting off all the money out of the bank to its new bank. So there have been rumors that there's probably stuff left behind.
There's always rumors that there's stuff left behind.
But
Yeah.
nobody. It's still hard to get into because
You need like
people
4
are
keys.
not good with unlocking.
It's like the
banks.
missile soul. So you got to do them at the same time, and there's like 4 different keys, and you got to say the password in the right dialect. No, I don't
You
know.
also know that they left a guardian there who's just his job is
So like a
to-
stone gargoyle. It's like, please tell me something funny. I haven't heard a joke in 60 years.
I'm trying to remember if they named
I
him.
know there's this comic I saw where this knight comes up to a sphinx and the sphinx is like, I'll let you go, but you have to answer one question for me. What's that? What's it like to have sex with the sphinx?
Oh, no.
And it ends with him just lying in depression. And he's like, is the answer painful?
So between it being hard to get around and there being a guardian and no certainty that there's anything good left in the bank, hardly anybody goes there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
It's a nice side quest idea, but nothing that we care for right now.
Well,
But-
no, we apparently care a great deal about it right now. We have a key.
Yeah.
But Kepgeta was interested in the bank, so
Yeah.
Right.
you want to find out.
So
Try
yeah,
and find
it's
out
like-
what she
No, I
was
again,
interested.
information broker. The information I care about, the keys I want to collect, actually being in the vault, less.
Yeah.
Yeah, like once we have all the keys, then it's like, we have all the time in the world. See? No, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But yeah.
That's where we find the oil of life that makes him human again. They're like, we have no
Is
use.
that literally like your
It is
quest
now.
in life?
It wasn't until we made the joke earlier and I remembered the enemy and I was like, well, yeah. No, listen, I don't know anything about this character. I make everything up in the moment, role play it, and I'm like, that's a great idea. That's it from now on.
Just like, you're just like, oh yeah, an oil of life. This will help me. It's like, ah, why are you healing me?
I'm melting. I'm melting.
That hurts.
I'm sorry.
And it's actually painful.
But can you
Stop.
smell it?
Oh,
man.
I smell burning bones. Oh, those are my bones.
Oh boy, that's making me hungry. Horse is like, Demetrius, you're bent, aren't you? A little bit. Is that what my mother meant? Anyways.
So,
All right.
so we're going to save the bank for next session.
We'll save the
I
bank
think
for
so,
next
yes.
session
We would very much like it if Jeremiah and Fred could be here for that.
for that.
Yeah. You are like, hey, Trek, you done moving? Because we got to go to a bank.
Hey, Trek, did you make friends with the
Hey,
Skull Fairy?
hey, Trek, we have 10 replacement disguise kits. Look better.
Trek is now.
I actually have deception. I can help you with this.
Same.
Trek is now a fetchling. All right, we'll see what happens with Trek and everyone else next time in Bloodlords. But it's warm and it's nice
is
and
warm.
way too sleepy in here. So
Yeah, it is way too sleepy in here.
we tried, everyone. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But
We had some roleplay potential. We got some information. We got to kill stuff. And, well,
Something.
one of us got to kill something. I didn't even
I'm
get to.
sorry.
No, hey, it's okay. I was the. She can do a lot of, not as much as you, but she can do a lot of damage if she gets all the bells and whistles and everything lined up. But at the end of the day, she doesn't care. She's like, yeah, cool, that's cool shit. And I was like, yeah, no, she's gonna scoop it up and she's gonna pour it and do whatever to kind of reclimate it. And you
Yeah,
were like,
no,
no, ironically, perfect.
If he gets one good hit in,
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's like we were talking
There's
about the duel
paste.
class. I was like trying to sell you on the giant barbarian was literally like, oh hey, this you get a big weapon. All right. That's all.
you get a big weapon and do +6 damage with it.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you turned paste into paste, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
how
just
that
spread it.
works.
Listen, we've all smacked soup with a ladle. We understand what happened.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
yeah, thank you for joining us. That was a great
I
time.
like to
And
say
Brian,
he tried
thank you
to
for
butter
jamming
the
tonight.
floor with it.
here we go. All right. See you next time, guys. We love you.